بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين محمد رسول الله صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم تسليما كثيرا كثيرا. فما بعد, my brothers and sisters, we continue with our series on da'wah and the right way of doing da'wah. Inshallah, we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to help us to do the da'wah of Islam in a way that is helpful and beneficial, and which results in presenting Islam correctly and accurately in the most beautiful way possible for the whole of the world, inshallah. Now, what is a flag? A flag represents a nation. It represents a country. It represents a nation. It's a symbol of ideology, of nationhood. A flag is a flag when it is flying on top of the flagpole, and there it is saluted. A flag is not a flag when it is hanging on a clothesline after it has been washed. On a clothesline, it's a colored piece of cloth. The identity of the flag is unique. It is recognized by that identity, and that is proudly and confidently displayed. It is not hidden or apologetic. It is out there in the public space, symbolizing what it stands for. So my question to you, my brothers and sisters in Islam, is: are you proud of your religion? Are you proud of your religion? Are you confident about your religion? Do you love your religion? And that is the reason why you must learn your religion, because only knowledge can give us confidence. When you have knowledge, you say, I hope someone asks me a question. When you are ignorant, you say, what if someone asks me a question? What will I do? And you have to run and hide. I was many years ago, I think it was 1994, I was in the United States, and I was teaching a course for GE in a place called the Peachtree Resort in Atlanta, Georgia. We finished the course one day, and all of us, the facilitators, consultants, we gathered in the coffee shop. And one of our colleagues, he said that there is a Coke training session also going on here, and there are some of those facilitators, trainers who are friends of mine. So can I invite them here to join us? And of course, we said, of course, absolutely, please do. So he went and called them, and about 8 of them came. So once we had all settled down, the waiter came to take the drinks orders, and every single one of the Coke trainers, when he was asked or she was asked, what will you have? They said Coke. So the waiter said, I'm very sorry, we don't have Coke, we have Pepsi. Can I get you a Pepsi? They said no. They said Coke. He said, well, I'm very sorry, but I do not have Coke. We have a agreement with Pepsi, and we have only Pepsi. We do not have Coke. So I apologize. Can I get you Pepsi instead? They said no, Coke. So, it got very embarrassing. So this person says, can I get you anything else? And he said that since we are unable to give you what you want, whatever you order will be on the house, free. So Can I get you? What can I get you? And then he narrated. He said, we have all kinds of milkshakes and drinks and tea and coffee. And they said, no, Coke. I mean, the guy was. We felt sorry for the poor guy, but what do you do? I mean, there's nothing more to be said. As I said, it became quite embarrassing, but this was the reality. They said, we will have only Coke. Now I'm thinking to myself, here is a bunch of people, most of them do not even work for Coke, but they are in a Coke program, and they absolutely refuse to take or to drink anything other than Coke. So what does that tell you about their confidence in their product? Right? What does that tell you about their confidence in their product? Now, my question is that as Muslims, do we have such confidence in our religion? Are we willing to practice it openly, clearly, without apology? We are not being arrogant about it, but we are being very, very confident about this. Now, are we ready to do that? Right? Are we ready to do that? So this is the point that I want to say to you and to remind myself that if you want to sell something, the number one requirement is that you need to be confident about it yourself. You cannot sell something that you are not confident about yourself. This is the ultimate reality. You can only sell what you are confident about, nothing else. So this is the thing that we need to remind ourselves as far as the Dawat of Islam is concerned. And that's the reason why we need to study and learn our religion. The question I ask myself and I ask you to ask yourself is, what do you stand for as a Muslim? Ask yourself this question and say, what do I stand for as a Muslim? What do I represent? Because that is what the world is asking. Today we are living in a world which seems to be more and more hostile and Islamophobic. The word got invented, right? I mean, I can remember this is one of the most recent words which got invented, Islamophobia, right? And we can ask ourselves and say, why did this word even get invented? How come, hostility against Islam and Muslims is nothing new, but today it's got to a point where a new word has been invented. So what do you do? How do you deal with this? Because many people ask this question. They say, what shall I do? I'm trying to be a good Muslim. I'm trying to practice my religion, but I'm facing this kind of hostility everywhere I go. So what must I do? And the short answer is, do what Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam did, because Islamophobia or hostility against Islam and Muslims, as I said, is nothing new. It started from day one. It is 1500 years old. It started from day one. It started from the minute Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam stood on Safa and called the people wa subaha. And they came running and he told them that if you do not leave the worshipping of idols, things which you made with your own hands, and start worshipping the one who made you, then you will be in trouble, because you will die one day and you will face Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It doesn't matter what you believe, whether you believe that is true or not, it is going to happen, because that's the thing about reality. Reality is that which does not depend on belief for its existence. Reality is real. Whether we believe in it or not, it is still real, and it happens. So when we meet Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we will be asked, who did you worship? When we go into our graves, the first question, the very first question of the grave is Man Rabbuk? Who is your Rabb? Who is your creator, your sustainer, your maintainer, your protector? Huh? We know who it is, and that is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The question is, did you accept that? Did you believe that? Did you live by that? Meaning, did you obey Him? Or you obeyed your own desires? You obeyed your own nafs? What did you do? This is the question. And this is the question that we will be asked when we meet Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So I remind myself and you that it makes sense to prepare for that. And therefore, to build our connection with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Remember, this work of dawah, we are not doing it for ourselves. And if you are doing it for yourself, then beware. Make istighfar and tawbah. Right? If you are doing this work so that you will be known as this great da'i of Islam, this great person who used to speak so powerfully about Islam, this great speaker, there's this wonderful desire that people have to become speakers. Every once in a while, some young fellow will come to me and say, please teach me how to be a speaker. So I tell them, make istighfar, make tawbah. Never ask to be a speaker. Ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make you a doer. A person who acts, a person who practices Islam, a practitioner, a doer. And then from your practice and your action, if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wishes, then He will turn you into somebody who also invites. So the rule is, be a flag. A flag doesn't talk, but the flag is in the right place. Visible, confident, open, not hiding, and therefore the flag is saluted. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to help us to be flag bearers, standard bearers of Islam in all our actions, in all our speech, in everywhere that we may be. وصلى الله على نبي الكريم وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين.